just after the Second World War. It started with communalizing coal and steel. And why? Because it were the two basic resources that allowed countries like Germany and France for more than a century to go to war against each other. We had wars in the 19th century, we had devastating wars in the 20th century. And now, more than half a century after the last Second World War, it's unimaginable anymore that there is a war between Germany and France. I know we talked a lot about trade, and trade is important. But this basic notion that regional integration in Europe means that my children cannot imagine anymore countries within Europe going to war against each other is such a huge achievement that you tend to forget it when you start talking about Article 24. And I would keep that in mind as something which is so profound that it goes way further than trade. Now, trade is important. We talked a lot about trade. I really believe that if you have a larger market and you do the right things when it comes to using this larger market, that you can enhance not just growth, but you can enhance well-being of people in your different countries faster than without it. That's important. And then maybe one last thing, which I would like to underline, and that's if you are a small country and you want to make sure that you are taken care of, that your interest, the interests of your people, are being noticed. It helps a lot when you work together. And at the end of the day, I really believe that if you work together and if you get influence, you have a responsibility. And the responsibility is to make sure that you enhance multilateralism, not destroy it. But step by step. And I really believe that at the end of the day, regional cooperation can be a very positive thing when it comes to underlining, enhancing multilateralism. Thank you.
Ben, excellent. Thank you very much. I think in the last hour and a half or so, it's become fairly apparent to me that, you know, it's not such a clear-cut divide here, negative, affirmative. I mean, the reality is much, the two sides are actually much closer together. In fact, it's actually pretty blurred, right? But anyway, let's get back to you folks. At the start of this whole debate, we asked you to hit your little voting machines there and tell us what you thought. And just to recap, 63% of you said, is there a conflict? You said yes.